Today I'll be reviewing Boruto episode 11, The Shadow of the Mastermind. Just as most people thought or assumed, Mitsuki is somehow involved with the mask, the ghost, or they're calling it a ghost. We're just gonna call it a ghost. Either way, he's a snake, if you know what I mean. But if he really has betrayed the leaf, I don't know how he's still around by the time they graduate the academy and become a ninja. Is he? I don't know if he's just that good. But it seems like we're gonna find that out in the next episode. Anyways, for this episode, there was no intro or setup or anything. It went straight into the theme song and then the class rep who was in the hospital with the two other girls in her group that got hurt at the water purification plant. And Sumire says that they were saved by Naruto, who just happened to be nearby. Then Boruto walks in and feels guilty, so he starts apologizing. It was his fault, but it was like indirectly his fault. And then Naruto comes afterwards and takes Boruto to the operation room where Sakura is treating the guy who got hurt in the attack. Well, the guy who attacked Samire and the others and got hurt. Naruto says that his chakra has been completely depleted. Then Naruto tells Boruto that this is no longer a kid's, like, this isn't for kids playing detective. And he also says that he doesn't know the true horrors of battle, which is true because not he's never been on a mission yet. He's not even a Genin yet, and I guess Naruto doesn't want Boruto to have to fight and do what he did as a kid, because Naruto went on a lot of dangerous missions as a kid, if you think about it. And Boruto hasn't been on a single mission yet. Then Shino comes and says that they were doing what he basically said he told them to do, but Naruto says that Boruto is still a kid and is too young. But Chino makes a point when he says that a child can do more than an adult can do when treated like one. So he also says that he understands what Boruto can do as his teacher. So Naruto says that he'll leave it up to Shino. After they get permission to deliver the mail again, because Taylory asks the chief for them, there's like a mailing montage. And then, like last time, Mitsuki is the last one to show up and says that a ghost has appeared. And once again, they try to get there, but they're too late. And we see Naruto, afterwards, we see Naruto who's trying to go get some ramen, but Sai says that he's too busy. And Naruto asks if he feels responsible because it might someone from the foundation is involved. But Sai says that if it's someone from the foundation, he just wants to help them as quickly as possible. Some character development for Sai there. Next, Boruto's group arrives to another place late, and then they get suspicious because they think they're being watched. Because it's like the person watching them plans for them to come in late. So Shikadai gets help from Iwabe and the others to help deliver the mail, which is what they planned. Meanwhile, the borough chief gets possessed by some masked guy, and I'm like, Toby? No, this can't be Toby. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm like, another masked guy? Really? Like this has already been done. Then Boruto and the others appear before the masked guy and unveil their plan, which was to figure out who it was. And then all the paper flying around from the borough chief reminded me of Conan. I was like, is this like a throwback to Conan now? Like the way he moved the paper and stuff just had me thinking of Conan the whole time. After Boruto and Iwabe beat the chief, the chakra from the chief started to form like this black hole and twist like what's that thing when they warp space with the what's it called with Kakashi Sharingan, yeah, and Obito Sharingan, and it starts to warp space and turn inside. That could have been like a little throwback or whatever to it. Then we see Inojin, Chocho, and Lee who are chasing the masked man but then lose him. Then Mitsuki catches up to him like down in the sewers and lets him get away on purpose. And I'm like this confirms to me that Mitsuki is definitely a traitor, or that we have reason to like suspect him. Like it already gives us 100% reason to suspect him. Then he goes to the others and like, oh, I'm sorry, it's our fault we lost him. And I'm like, no, it's your fault you let him get away on purpose. I'm sure Shikadai will figure him out eventually. He already suspected him in like his second episode. Like the second episode Mitsuki appeared, like Shikadai was already suspicious of him. And at the end of the episode, there's like this monster or whatever. It's called the Anu. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that's what they called it before. And the news says the negative chakra will open the doors created by Hashirama cell. The time for its awakening draws near. So it looks like this. I know Boruto awakened the new, or that's what he summoned before. When he tried to summon a frog before, that's what he summoned, that big chakra monster blob or whatever. I believe that's what he summoned. So it looks like we're gonna see him summon it soon, or attempt to summon it maybe, or it's gonna appear, because that's what it's been collecting all the chakra for. And I don't know if Mitsuki's gonna get caught with whatever he's doing, because he definitely has something to do with it. It's also some people are also speculating that Tsurume, the class rep, is in charge, has something to do with it too, but I'm not too sure about that. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, and bye. See you guys in the next video. So today I'll be reviewing Boruto episode 12, Boruto and Mitsuki. I'm probably gonna have some gameplay in the background because I don't have time to like edit the video regularly. So yeah, it might just still be like the screenshots of the episode though. So I feel like this episode did a few things that needed to be done. The first thing it did was, well, for me, it kind of confirmed that the class rep is involved with like the ghost incident somehow. Um, and I'll get into that later. And another thing it did was setting up for next week's episode. Oh, I can't wait for next week's episode. I saw Kakashi in that preview. You already know it's gonna be good. Anyways, I'll talk about that later too. And three, it showed Mitsuki in a different light. I'll also get into that later too. So, in the beginning of the episode, Mitsuki was talking to the snake. Like we see him doing that a lot now. So I guess he's in touch with somebody, as presumably Orochimaru. But then we get a flashback of Mitsuki being born in like his tank, and then we see Orochimaru there, and I'm guessing that's rather Suigetsu or his brother. And then later we see that Boruto's class is working on becoming a three-man cell. We already know what they're gonna be, so. And Boruto's working with Denki and Mitsuki, and Denki's falling behind because he doesn't have that like natural ninja skill that Boruto and Mitsuki have because of their parents. They should have just put like the dream teams together. Shikacho and Naruto, Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sarada. We already know that's going to be their future teams. We also know that Konohamaru is going to be in charge of Boruto's team, and Moegi is going to be in charge of Shikadai's team. Moegi looks so different. Like we've seen her since she was a kid in like Naruto's sidekick with Udon and Konohamaru. Afterwards, we see Mitsuki talk to Shikadai about the training exercise, and he acts as if it would have been normal if he had just gone on without Denki, but Shikadai says that it would have, but he would have abandoned his comrade. And then Mitsuki asks him why he didn't do it, and then Shikadai responds, maybe he got to you too. So it seems like they're trying to say that Boruto can change people. Like we've seen that he's changed. Well, I can't really say he's changed Denki. I don't think Denki like knowing how to throw a kunai like how he did in the last episode is really an improvement. But I guess he became more fearless. In the episode after his episode, he was able to stand up to Iwabe, and then he managed to get Inojin to stop being a jerk too. So that's something. But what I don't get is how they don't want to make Boruto like Naruto, but that's something Naruto used to do all the time. Like Naruto got Lady Tsunade to change because she didn't even want to do like ninja stuff anymore, and she was scared of blood. And then he got her back to normal, and he even kind of changed Obito at the end too. But I guess that you could say that was more Kakashi. Another thing I'm wondering about is what Iwabe and characters like Iwabe, Denki, and their other classmates are gonna do when they catch up to the manga, because they currently don't exist at all in the manga, unless they're all just gonna like say I don't want to be a ninja anymore. Wait and see. Anyways, then we see Mitsuki talking to Iwabe, and he wants to know if Boruto's the reason he's enjoying himself in class. So it seems like Mitsuki's trying to get as much information as he can on Boruto before he can try to figure out who he actually is. Because afterwards, like after school, Mitsuki passes Inojin, and Inojin is like, "So I see you pay a lot of attention to Boruto." And then Mitsuki asks him why people gravitate to him, and then Inojin, because he's a savage, he's just like, "Because he's an idiot." And I'm like, "Wow, okay. Well, the real reason is because he's the main character. People always like gravitate towards the main characters in shows all the time." I don't really get what he means by calling him an idiot because earlier, like 2 scenes ago, he was helping Iwabe with his math work. So you can't actually say that he's dumb. Later we see Suren, the class rep, who's in the hospital and she has like a quick flashback of her mom. And then Mitsuki enters like her room to visit her, and then he asks her what she thinks of Boruto, and she says that it's always fun to be around him, and she asks Mitsuki what he thinks, and Mitsuki says he doesn't know. And then she asks him if he has a family too, and he says, as far as I know, like we already know whose family is, so we don't have to like speculate or whatever on that. And she says that she thought Mitsuki was just like her, and she says that her family all died, and we also find out that her dad was a ninja, and that she has to work extra hard to be a ninja just like him because she's not as skilled as her dad was. After that, she says like a weird line. She says, "I wonder what I've been doing all this time," which makes her sound really suspicious because we know she, like she just said, she's enjoying herself in the school and she's having fun. So it makes you wonder what she's actually questioning if all she does is go to school, unless she has something else that she does that makes her question what she does. So that just gives us a little bit of more like evidence that she could be involved. And the last thing Mitsuki asks her is how she feels about the person who did that to her. And she says, "I don't know, but I want this to be over quickly." Which is strange because if she was behind it, she could just stop at any time. But at the same time, there haven't been any ghost incidents while she's been in the hospital, which like pretty much confirms that it's possibly her, that it is her actually. But I don't want to say confirms because it's not like she outright said it yet. But you guys get the idea. Later, Boruto brings home Mitsuki for dinner, so Hinata cooks up a feast for them, and cause I guess she thinks she doesn't have, Boruto doesn't have friends, cause he hasn't brought anyone over in a while. Then Naruto comes and Mitsuki is like glad he gets to meet him, and then before Naruto can even take a bite, Shikamaru calls him to tell him that a strange chakra is spreading, so he has to go. So Boruto gets angry because Naruto has to go and he's never around. And so Boruto storms out of the house, so Mitsuki follows him. And Boruto tells him how he can't stand how the Hokage is never around, and that he's not going to be someone who abandons people close to him. But Mitsuki says he doesn't see hate in him at all for the Hokage, and that he only sees love for him and the Hokage. And he tells him that the reason he came over to dinner is because he wants to tell Boruto something, and that's that he knows who's behind the ghost incident, and so all the evidence points towards one person, and Mitsuki just met with that person, the class rep, so I'm pretty sure this indirectly confirms it for us. And so the episode ends with that cliffhanger. And in the preview, alright, the preview looks like that like the Nine Tails is about to attack or something. Well, I counted 7 tails on whatever that monster is. But it's gonna be good whatever happens because I seen Kakashi's coming, Sai's gonna be there, and I think I saw Sakura in there too. So this next episode is gonna be great. So I really can't wait for this next episode. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And bye.